Preparing to live stream, friend.
Look invisible almost, but there we go. Am I gonna be able to see the comments? Oh,
I think if you pull up the
I have to pull
Facebook
up.
stream.
Okay. I'll do that. Drag this-
We're live. We're live, buddy.
Hey, finally, I'm back. I was invited back to the virtual happy hour.
It's virtual happy hour.
Mhm.
Cheers. Nice pint glass, by the way.
Yeah, some jerk gave it to me. You know,
That guy's a real dick. I've met him. He's not cool.
that whole popcorn and pines crew is just. Well, how's it going though, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. You already know why I'm excited to be here. For this.
I do know why you're excited, but what was in that pint glass? I guess let's start there.
Yes. 2 shots of 100 proof vodka and like juicy juice, strawberry juicy juice. I don't remember the brand, but basically that. But
Nice. I picked up some Lagunitas IPA while I was at the store. So today, Josh Casano and Kyle Wolf are watching. Hi guys, how's it going? So I got a little day drunk today, and that caused an issue because I did it early in the day.
caused an issue.
So Josh Casano, DMX. So you enjoy Onyx too, right? The original bald heads. I forgot to look into him. I talked with Josh about that when we did our live stream 2 weeks ago, and sorry, man, I totally forgot all about that.
You know how he is, Josh? He gives 0 shits.
Service is awful out here. Okay. So no, it's like I went to the bar. I worked a half day for overtime, and then I went to the bar for lunch and some drinks.
Nice.
So, and I had a couple beers between 12 and 2, and I was already tired because I got up early to go to work. So I had hours to kill after I got home before this, and I'm just trying not to doze off on the couch again. I'm like, if I go to sleep, that's it. I'm done.
I have days like that. Just like, fuck. As a matter of fact, damn near, like when I tell you popcorn and pints all the time, like, yeah, we're gaming tonight. And Chris is like, yeah, bullshit. There's a lot of times it's because I fall asleep. Like, I'm just like, shit, this was a long day.
Just a long day, man. But so I threw on DMX again. I listened to the album twice today, once yesterday.
Nice.
Which I don't think I've ever listened to the whole thing all the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
I tell you how many times I've listened to this album all the way through, to where like I just know it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like if I hear the song going, I know it damn near word for word. But if I'm just trying to think of it myself, I just have to take a minute.
Well, we're here mainly because I promised you we talk about DMX. I don't remember if I was drunk when I promised that.
No, you weren't. Not every time.
Sometimes.
Yes and no. I'll say
I was probably more excited when I was drunk about it.
You were. Maybe. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't remember. That's not interesting. That happens.
It happens.
I don't know, man. So I mean, I went and I listened to this album, and he's just as hardcore as I remember. Like the only thing I remember about DMX is the fucking Rough Riders. I don't know if I may have heard 1 or 2 songs he had on the radio after this album.
You've probably heard more and just didn't even think about it. I know you heard the Rough Riders anthem. Who hasn't heard that? But I'm sure you heard
that shit was blasting back in, when did this album? This album came out in 98, so that song came out in 98.
Yep.
So I was in high school. That shit was blasting because that's what high school kids were listening to.
Yep. Shit. And honestly, this is probably the very first album of any genre of music that I listened to, like the full from track 1 to track 6. And this is back when it came out, not now, of course. And like, honestly, I could say I probably have over. I don't even know how many listens. I don't even want to throw a number out there because I honestly have no fucking clue. There's days where I just like, boom, I'll play a certain song. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just listen to the whole entire album and just go. For me, no skips at all.
I mean, I skipped through. I gave the whole thing a once through, and then I listened to it two or three more times. I just skipped the skits.
Yeah, but there is so like the intro, it starts off with talking and then it goes into rapping for the very first, which a lot of intros are different with that. It's either
no, the intro is actually a song at some point after you get a minute into it. Otherwise, I mean, I was getting ready to just skip it again until he actually started a song.
And,
what's funny is I like it. That's one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Wow, I
thought it was really good.
What's funny about that too, right? Is I was thinking about it earlier today. I was like, "Fuck!" I forgot to tell Chris that there's certain things that he's got to think as a skit, and it's not to skip those.
No, man, I let the whole thing go again. Like, I pulled up Spotify at work when I can't use my iPod or anything like that. But I don't have this on my iPod. But so I'm sitting there at my desk doing work, and I threw it on, and I'm just nodding my head, trying not to, like, once again, sing along in a group setting.
It's real tough, especially like certain songs that get you real hype. Like I'll just use the Rough Riders anthem because that's a radio commercial.
That's a good one, man. Like that's a song I'll remember probably till I die, just because of how popular or how much that blew up.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you're thinking in your head, like you're working in your office, but just like, stop, drop, like, fuck.
and half the words on this album are a single word I can't say. It sounded like.
Yeah, but that's where you just tap me in, and I'll just say it. Come out of nowhere.
Another reason you're here. I mean, I guess
I'll end up in your job by your desk just to say that part. Just disappear. Like, who is that?
I'm saying this all out loud. Aaron pops up only when the end bombs come. This way I don't say him.
Other ones he's afraid to say, I'll say him.
Again, this seemed appropriate since it's Black History Month to have you on. Talk the
preparations, but
I don't know. I've done what I can at this point.
What do you think of the album overall? Because you said this was the first time really like listening to it.
It's definitely my first time listening the whole way through. It's I mean, I like it. There's some song. It's just it's fucking long. Like, I don't think it needs to be. A lot of rap albums are things an hour long without the 3 skits.
That's not bad. See, and what's funny you say that, because there's a lot of music and albums that come out now and there's only like 8 or 9 tracks on it, and it's like a 40-minute album, and I always want more, especially if it's an artist I really, really enjoy.
I get that. I'm cool with like 45 to 50 minutes. When we hit the hour range, I don't know. It depends on the kind of music that I'm listening to.
Understandable. Yeah, this album length was 65 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, and if you take those 3 skits out of there, it comes down to basically 60 minutes of his actual tunes and stuff. Maybe just a minute or 2 under that. But I like it. It's more hardcore for sure, and that's the reputation he had and he established than most of the hip hop I've gotten into in like the 90s or early 2000s.
Was that rough kind of? Yeah,
this one, he's I mean, yeah, he built a reputation on this song. This album just fucking blew up, man. I didn't realize this was his first one. I thought the Flesh of My Flesh or whatever it was his first.
Second album dropped in the year 98. Both went platinum. As a matter of fact, I believe he's the first rap artist. I don't know if he's the only, but I believe he's the first rap artist for his first 5 albums to go platinum. And I think every one of them went number 1 except for Great Depression, I want to say.
Great Depression. It's Dark and Hell is Hot, and then Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. His second album, he put him out in the same calendar year. But what's crazy is I was looking into it. So he's only the second rapper to have 2 albums released in the same calendar year debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200. And the only other rapper, Tupac.
Another bald legend at that.
But Tupac did it under Tupac and his alias there, Machiavelli.
Yep.
DMX is the only rapper to do it under the same name.
Yeah, that's true. Which, I mean,
sticks and stones. I don't know. That's
what I was gonna say is that's a crazy thing to do, though, to be able to not only put out 2 albums but 2 classic albums. Like, how many? There's people who put out albums, like say if they put out a classic, they may only have 1 classic album, and that's it. To drop 2 classic albums in the same fucking year, that's nuts.
I don't think there's any question these 2 albums made his career.
Definitely helped. Definitely helped between that and then the acting and all the other, albums he did. But what I say for myself personally, as far as for his music and stuff and being such a fan, was because he was one of the artists that was actually real / honest with the fans, good or bad, doing dumb shit, whatever the case may be. Like you know what I mean? He was honest about it. Versus like you hear other rappers talking about not glorifying it, but how they used to rob people in the past and all this other shit and all this other stuff that they claim they've done it, but they've never I believe he was still doing shit like that with this album because he really didn't get money until maybe album 2 or 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, probably any artist that puts out their first album probably doesn't really make anything. Well, I mean, no artist makes anything on albums these days. It's all touring and merch where you have to make your money.
Touring and merch, yep. And
go ahead. But even with that, even as you get more popular and stuff like that, you're not making shit on your first album, probably.
No,
as a newer artist.
I'd say in general though, unless you own your masters and all that stuff, just because we don't have to get into all that, but you get torn up. They're like, here, okay.
Dude, yeah, I've watched enough musical documentaries and I've just read enough news articles. Basically, if you don't own your shit, you're gonna get fucked somehow, some way, at some point.
Yep.
And of course, it's easier said than done to own your stuff, but still,
especially if you're coming from a certain background financially, and this doesn't matter what color you are, broke is broke. And
it is, man. You got bills to pay, you got needs you have to take care of,
and then you have that talent, and you go to a record company, they like your stuff, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna give you this advance of blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, cool, money, and you're gonna sign that. I mean, nine times out of 10, especially if you're struggling, you're gonna sign that deal to kind of help yourself and your family out, and then fuck, should I have really signed?
Well, I mean, it's kind of related to the reasons people are being trying to fight back against Spotify, is because Spotify is just a tech company that rips off musical artists.
Yeah,
like it's like 300th of a cent or something that artists get paid when their song streams. It's minuscule. Like, it doesn't add up to anything.
I think that's ridiculous, honestly.
That's fucked up. And I mean, Joe Rogan aside, the backlash is not specifically what he says, because I don't agree with that, but it's the fact that they paid him a ridiculous amount of money when they're ripping off every fucking musical act that they're streaming music for.
I'll say everybody else, including other podcasters, because you're just not Joe Rogan, so you're not going to get that fat deal. Every those podcasts, Spotify exclusively on Spotify, where they probably get a little chunk of change or whatever or something. But yeah, you're right about that.
But so DMX's first album, first #1 on the chart. He hit this was the first everything for him, from what I was reading. Certified 4 times platinum, which means over 4 million copies shipped. That happened in 2000. So it only took about 2.5 years for that to happen for him.
That's not bad.
What I didn't know and surprised me was that this album was kind of a catalyst for Swiss Beats in his career. Like, I know that name as a producer a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He only produced 1 track on this album. So I did not know he was involved.
Listen, so who Swiss Beats is, like you just mentioned. So DMX, which you hear this just from watching documentaries and stuff and all this other stuff, but he saved Def Jam, which is a big record. Yep. Name. He saved Def Jam. He really did help the Rough Riders out just with his name. That's why they was like the main one to come out first. Like
No, well, go ahead. Sorry, I got a question.
Just for that alone, just like he literally saved that record. Like, that record company was damn near done. And it's sad, like, how it's fucked up and sad how, like, him, I know he's a grown man going through shit he went through, but just how they didn't like help him out financially or whatever, like, really, like, because that company could have been gone. That record company could have been gone, possibly. And then you say DMX helped it, and then other hip hop artists that were on that really blew it up, and just, I'm just like, damn.
Who else? I can't remember who else was in that Rough Riders crew.
Rough Riders camp. The Locks.
Who was who? There was a girl too. Eve? Was it Eve?
Yep. Eve.
Okay. That's all I remember.
Dragon. He wasn't as big of a name, but he was with the Rough Riders. There's like other ones, of course, Swiss Beats, and there's other ones that I'm not sure of every single person on it.
What you want to talk about the album, sir?
Yes, sir. Dive right into it.
I've got some notes as I was that I just jotted down as I was going through it a few times. Ignoring the skits, I like the intro.
Yep. It counts as a song.
It does. Well, I don't know. It was like a 4-minute track with 1 minute of talking before the song starts. But that was actually one of my favorites. I enjoyed that. It was a good. I thought that was fun.
I'm not mad at it. Like
I'm gonna let you lead this conversation. There's no way you don't know more about this album than I do.
No, I'm just saying. I want to hear your perspective of it though. Like as we go through the tracks, and I'll tell you how I felt. I mean, I love the album. The album to me is a perfect album. So you're not gonna get much negativity from me. Well, one reason why, just so we could talk about, but two was this is my favorite album. So I wanted you to hear it, to you to experience it, and kind of break it down, like what you thought. That's why I wanted to discuss it with you, so I can get your thoughts of this album. Which I really quick before I forget, I do want to do one with you, but with your genre, your favorite album.
I'm gonna find a really white album for you that I enjoy.
Oh God, it's not gonna be country music then. Thank God.
Oh God, no, I hate country music.
Because you said a white album for you, and then you paused for a second.
No, hold on. Let me rephrase. I don't. I'm not gonna say I hate country music. I just am not a fan. There's variations of it done by artists that I enjoy and things like that, but it won't be country music. I don't listen to that in general.
Okay, that's fine.
But I'll find something.
I'm ready.
That'll be fun. We can do that for happy hour every once in a while. Black and white, black and white album reviews.
We should, because the cool thing about doing stuff like that is just between, say, me, I'll just throw Popcorn and Pine Screw out there because you already know where they all are. Like, yo, everybody just, let's all meet up on a Friday. One person picks an album, and we just all listen to it and review it. And it's like our movie reviews, basically. Shit.
Yeah, man. But I like the intro a lot. At least it's one of the more memorable parts. I have a hard time. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering fucking 16 tracks of music. But and then the Rough Riders anthem, though, I won't forget. Like, I knew it as soon as it kicked on. I haven't heard that in years.
Really?
Yeah, man. So I don't. I mean, when I listen to the radio, I listen to the alt rock, hard rock, or I'm even a pop station too.
I'm only surprised just because of like this when he passed in this past April. Like, I was hearing his music everywhere, not just me playing it, but just
how long ago did he die?
April 9th, 2021. Last
okay,
April.
It was April. Wow, it's been that long already.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying that to myself earlier. I was like,
I just remember. I feel like I just watched the monster truck drive down the street there.
Yep.
Was it? I don't remember how. Was it an overdose?
Yeah, overdose, possible fentanyl mixed in. So, that fentanyl bullshit's been going around, which, yeah.
I don't know, man, but I was listening, of course, at my desk with my headphones on. And what I loved about the Rough Rider song is when he's doing the whoa, whoa part. It's literally, they recorded it. So it's basically coming out of one earphone or the other. So it felt like his voice was traveling through my fucking head. And it was dope.
You were ready to get up and start.
It took me right back to high school of driving around my fucking Ford Ranger with the subwoofers in it and the windows down. Mm-hmm. Just trying to fucking rattle people at stoplights.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It was the South. That's what white rednecks did.
They did it up here too.
Yeah.
Thugs.
What was the first DMX song you heard? Was it the Rough Rider song?
Honestly, I don't know, but most likely probably that or something he was featured on. Probably the Rough Riders anthem, because that was like the biggest song, especially around that time. And then I honestly don't even know how I got my hands on an album or how I listened to it, but I listened to it and I listened to it and I listened to it. But yeah, it had to be I'm guessing it had to be the Rough Riders anthem. I don't know. But like, I remember growing up, so it was me, my brothers, and like, I was a huge fan of the Rough Riders, DMX. My younger brother, Jay-Z, and Rockefeller, and then one of our good friends was Ja Rule and Murder Inc.
Yep, I remember. Oh, Murder Inc. I haven't heard that.
they were all like the hottest rappers out, the hottest rap group out, and you know what I mean, all around from 98ish. I know I think Jay-Z started a little bit before DMX, all the way till like 2000s, which was not a bad run at all, honestly.
No, man, if you can build a solid 20-year music career.
Yeah, there were people still bump your shit 20 years later. That's saying something, because there's a lot that I've listened to that I'll fucking never listen to again. Same with movies. I'm just like, fuck.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
What I didn't remember about the Rough Rider song was just the explosion of bullets at the end and him yelling, "Talk is cheap, motherfucker."
Talk is cheap, motherfucker. And then it goes into fucking with D.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember.
I did not remember that part. That clearly wasn't on the radio.
No, that wasn't on the radio.
Not on the radio edit. Probably like most of this record wouldn't have been on the radio edit.
No, not without it being cut up and taking a few words here and there taken out.
Yeah,
like any other great album though.
But I think my other favorite beat or rhyme on this album was the next song, "Fucking with D." I think, is that what it is?
D, yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite beats on the record. Just overall. Again,
not mad at it. I mean, to me, this whole album had great. Just again, great. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be honest. How I feel. I mean, you got to think about it though. If I tell you guys it's my favorite album, I have to love damn near every song on, which I do, and I have to actually enjoy the whole album, which I do. And yeah, so like I said, it's again another great song. It's not my favorite. I don't know if I even have a favorite song on here. This is one of those albums too, where it's, I guess with music in general, it's like whatever I feel like listening to, I just fucking throw on.
Yep.
Boom, that's it. Like no matter what mood I'm in, it's like, you know what? You hear the song playing. You know what I hate though? Is when you hear a song, say you're out and about or whatever, you're doing something where you can't listen to your music. And it even goes with like shows and shit too. You hear something playing in your head, you're like, oh, as soon as I get back in my car, I'm playing this song. You get in the car, fucking forget.
Dude, that happened. That happened to me this week. A song came on the radio I didn't know, but I was fucking really digging on my way to work. Of course, they didn't say who it was and started the next song. I'm like, I got to get out of my car and go in. So I literally spent on my work computer a solid 20 to 30 minutes trying to figure out what this song was. Oh
man, see, for me it wasn't even that. It would be like you hear like the lyrics in your head. You know the lyrics in your head. It's a song.
No, dude, like I kept repeating the last lyrics I heard in my head. I'm like, I can't forget this. And then by the time I got to my desk, I could remember like 2 or 3 words.
See, for me, by the time I get to the destination of being able to listen to the song, just fucking forgot it completely and just play something completely different. I was like, son of a bitch. Or I'll do this. I'll be listening to a song that I've heard plenty of times, right? And then a song will just play in my mind, like, yo, you should just play this now. But I don't. I'm like, right after the song, I'll play it. And after that song, I play something different. Then forget after that, because I'm like, all right, this song sounds good right after this. And you fucking, I gotta just listen to my mind. Like, yo, just play this song now. You can always come back to when you're listening to, because But then there's what are we at now? The Storm.
The Storm was a skit. And then there was Look Through My Eyes. I don't remember Look Through My Eyes.
I may have to go and listen to this one again, Chris. This was a good one.
I told you I had little time to prepare.
I had months.
We've talked about this for months, but I only started listening to the album yesterday.
Yes.
And like I meant to at least give it a once through while I was looking at lyrics, but I'm like, even if I found lyrics, like they all involve N-bombs, so I really couldn't.
You just gotta leave that part. You might as well just listen to the radio edited version of this album.
I'm like, I go buy the Walmart version.
Yeah. For children.
Get At Me Dog had a Transformers reference. I remember that one. He referred to Optimus Prime.
Transform like Optimus Prime?
Yep.
And then he also said roll out.
There was he used there was another Transformer reference that he didn't call out Optimus Prime. He just said Transform or something. So maybe DMX was a nerd. I don't know.
Seems he could have been. there's another one. I'll wait till we get to it though. I'll wait till we get to it.
I think the next song that really stood out to me though was the next one, "Let Me Fly," because that was a slower, smooth groove to it.
Now, here's what's funny about DMX's albums, right? Because he has quite a few, in all of his albums, he has quite a few songs that are not like this same story or whatever, but similar, like that calm tone. So I don't know if it was this. I don't remember which album I was listening to, but I remember I had the album playing. I was wearing headphones. I ended up dozing off. It was one of the calmer songs. Next thing you know, I was like, I'm never doing this shit again.
Dude, I can see that because there's fucking dogs barking throughout this entire album. But yeah, if you're dozing off and then dogs just start barking in your ear.
Yeah, or he's yelling or something. It scared the shit out of me, especially when you're asleep. Like, it's one thing if you're awake listening to it, but just fucking doze off, fall asleep, then you hear that shit in your ears with the music. I'm like, fuck. I'm never doing this dumbass shit again. Like, if I'm listening to music, I'm gonna take my headphones off and lay my ass down.
Yeah, there was one line where he referred to being blind like Stevie that could just cracked me up, actually.
Yep. Look through my eyes. Yes. Or Let Me Fly.
No, Let Me Fly. Yeah. You like, as I'm listening to this, like I said, I didn't get that into the more hardcore rappers. I like the 90s hip hop, early 2000s and stuff like that. I enjoyed it's like the hardcore stuff I didn't really get into. So maybe it was more like hip hop R&B mixture that I got really into. But what I've remember listening to this is I love when a rapper their cadence just gets more aggressive as they're saying their lines. You know what I mean? Like they start at one level and then they're just getting more and more aggressive.
I know
that. I like that build, and he does that a lot in this album.
He does it a lot in all of his albums, but he does it like it sounds right. It's not like one of those ones where it sounds overly done.
No, and it sounds natural to the story he's telling in his songs and stuff.
X is coming.
I don't remember.
Which there's a Freddie reference with this one.
Oh, is that the one? Yeah, okay, now I remember it.
Coming for you, 3, 4, better lock your door.
I mean, I thought of you as soon as I heard it, just because they're basically saying using that as the Freddie theme song as the rhyme there.
Yeah, exact. Which that right there is cool. I love when music does that, makes references to movies or whatever, just something that you know outside of that song. It's like, oh, that's fucking awesome. That's cool. Because not everybody picks up. I'm not saying people won't pick up on it because it's not hard, but there's not everybody will just pick up on it like that. Like, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
And then Damien was kind of hard to take serious just because of the other rappers' childlike voice.
Yeah. Well, with that song, he's battling the devil basically, and there's actually 3 versions. There's this one, there's part 2, and there's part 3.
Is there really? Like, no, I'm listening to it. The story's more intriguing to me than the actual song.
I honestly recommend listening to part 1, part 2, and part 3. It's either part 2 or part 3. Marilyn Manson's on doing the hook. I think part 2.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm being serious.
Wow.
It's serious. But yeah, it's cool because like the way the story goes, the way it's cool, and I like how, he made the 3 with that, with the whole Damien thing. So you get kind of I think if you listen to all 3, you'd kind of listen because you said you like the story of it more than anything. I think you'd like the whole thing of that.
I mean, that's what hooked me in, or at least kept me interested, because I'm listening to the Damien character's voice while he's singing. I'm like, it sounds like a child. I get
that.
It could have been. I think he could have chose a different tone for that voice. That would have made this song better itself.
I can understand that.
And then, how's it going down? I don't really remember.
You don't remember how's it going down? That was like a girl record right there, basically.
Was it?
Good one, but a girl record, yeah.
I mean, what are your favorite songs on this album?
Again, man, it's hard for me to pick a favorite. It depends on what I feel like listening to, and I just go to it. Like lately, I've been listening to the fucking Stop Being Greedy, because that beat is so
dude
hard.
All I wrote down for that song was fucking catchy.
It's so fucking hard. That song right there makes you want to get hype and just punch somebody in the face. But then I
Like
remember
it didn't click. I vaguely remembered it the first time I heard it, but as I was re-listening to it today for like the second, third, or fourth time, I'm like, this is got to be one of the catchiest fucking songs on this album.
yeah, I've been eating all enough now. Stop being greedy. That's
Yeah.
fair.
I don't know, like that's one of the beats that definitely stuck with me on this.
I got a funny quick thing to say. So it's not from this album, it's from, and then there was X's third album. Me and my brother Henry were fishing at six, where 6 miles is, right?
Yeah.
We were over there fishing at 6 miles, and I was carrying a net. And there was this white dude walking like probably about 20 yards ahead of us, let's say. And I was just thinking, I just yelled for no reason, because in a DMX song it says I'm not a nice person. I was like, I'm not a nice person. Back, man, confused, like, what the fuck? Henry was dying. He's like, why'd you do that? I was like, it's just that's one. Number two, we were renting. It was me again, Henry. He's always a culprit when we doing dumb shit, and my brother Christian, and we were at Screen Gems back in the day with my mother, getting ready
to Screen Gems.
Yes, and we
on Hamburg Street.
No, it used to be on. There was one on State and what the fuck is that street called? I know I used to live on Elbert. The street coming from Central Park down the hill? If you come down the hill by the duck pond.
Oh yeah.
That street right there. Well, that plaza right there, where I think a Family Dollar or something is right now. That used to be Screen Gems. There used to be
okay.
There, and we lived right up the street. So anyway, we went up there, rented my mother. She rented some movies. We got one of his movies. I think it was. I don't know if it was Exit Wounds or what. But I looked on it. I was like, oh shit. I was like, DMX. So just yelled it mad loud. My mother, Henry and Christian were dying. My mother was like, what the hell is wrong with you? She's like, we're the only black people here. You gotta go get school. It was hilarious though. I mean, I had to. Who doesn't want mother, My dad, I wouldn't have done that there. We would have just got the movie quietly and went home and watched it. For mom, it's like, I have to.
Oh man. I think we skipped Crime Story.
Yes, we did.
Which I'm trying to remember. There was a skit in between there too, but
yeah, the Mickey skit, Crime Story.
Which song was Crime Story?
He was Who Was This I See coming through? It's like 3 on the AM.
That's right. Yeah. That was good. I enjoyed that, but again, it wasn't one that really stuck out to me.
So far, you said the intro, the Rough Riders anthem, fucking with D. Get at me, dog. You actually said, look through my eyes. Let me fly.
Let me fly. I loved.
Damien, you like the story.
Damien, I think, could have been a better song with a deeper voiced, if he's rapping with the devil or against the devil there, if they didn't have him sound like a kid.
I get what you're saying. Crime Story, you said you liked but didn't really stand out. Stop being greedy.
Yeah, that's 2 or 3. That's 2 or 3 for me.
ATF is a quick one.
ATF, yeah, that was a quick one. I know that ends with basically him telling a story about he's basically dying and the ATF busts through the door. I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, open the door. Yeah. And then for my dogs, this was a dope one.
That's one of those sneaky catchy songs. Yeah. I remember this. Like, it's just out of nowhere. I started kind of just humming or singing the chorus out of nowhere. I'm like, there's nothing about this song to me that stood out, but it's one of those fuckers that just gets stuck in your head.
This is one of those ones though where you have to like go if you ever do listen to it again, go back and just really, really just listen to the lyrics of it, and you're like, oh shit. Especially X's lyrics, he just fucking. Then I can, yeah.
I can feel it. It was high up there for me because if you're sampling one of the whitest people around, Phil Collins or Genesis, I don't remember what that song was put out under.
Phil Collins.
You don't? Was it just Phil Collins or was it after Genesis?
I couldn't tell you that. I believe it's a Phil Collins. Yeah, it's a Phil Collins song, right?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Phil Collins was the lead singer of Genesis.
Oh,
I just don't remember what year the song came out and when the band broke up.
Oh, I don't know nothing about Genesis. I just know Phil Collins.
Oh, I think we got a White Album coming our way.
Hey,
I think we just landed on something.
I do like I can feel like Phil Collins version of it too. That's a good song.
That his version of it, that's his song.
You know what I mean? The original version of it, I'll say. But I'm saying Phil Collins' version. DMX's version is dope too. I think I probably heard I Can Feel It first, but and then
it was out years before DMX.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It brought me to that song. I'm like, oh shit, because I'm like, oh wait, DMX. Oh, okay, this is where I got it from. Cool.
I'm gonna send you the link for a Genesis song called Invisible Touch after this.
Oh gosh.
Or I'll have you look it up when we're not streaming. This way we don't have copyright issues.
Does R. Kelly have anything to do with that song?
Does what?
I said, does R. Kelly have anything to do with that song?
No.
Invisible Touch?
No.
Okay. I'll listen to it then.
The convo I liked. I thought that was interesting. He's rapping about kind of God being by his side or picking up when he's seeing his footsteps and stuff.
Now, this is another reason why I wish I would have said something to you earlier, because the prayer skit goes really good with the convo. Like,
it leads. Yeah, his skit leads right into it. His skit leads right into it. Were you hearing a lot of feedback right there, or was that just me?
No, I didn't hear any feedback.
Oh, okay.
And on top of that, what was I gonna say? So for his albums, because he has a prayer thing on every single one of his albums, and then like at his concerts, right? He does Here's another quick funny thing. I was watching actually it was a YouTube clip I seen of Jay-Z, and he was talking about like after DMX passed, and he was like, what did he say? They were all at a concert together. Don't remember what concert it was. Of course, it was back in like the 90s, early 2000s, and he was talking about how Jay-Z performed last, DMX performed second to last, and he was like, he went to watch his performance, and he was like, this dude is the best performer I've ever seen in my fucking life. He goes out there, he's like, he's drinking Alizé mixed with Hennessy, so it looks like, and drinking it, dripping down his mouth, so it looks like blood's coming out of his mouth, and then he growls, gets the crowd hyped. He was like, then he's going back and forth, running back and forth across stage, all this energy. Then he takes his shirt off, gets the women even more hyped. He was like, and then he ends it all with a prayer, has the whole fucking crowd crying. He's like, how the fuck am I supposed to follow that? Like, how am I supposed to be like? He was like, DMX made me a better performer because of that. And that's how he always like put on shows and shit, was just like that. To like, even before he passed, I heard artists, like other rap artists and other artists in general, saying that he was like the greatest rap performer of all time. Just the energy and everything. I'm just like, that's, and you could kind of see it and you can kind of hear it in his music. Like the energy you hear from his music, he does that shit right on stage. I'm just like,
that doesn't surprise me just listening to this album, because it is like fucking hardcore, in your face.
And
like, it doesn't surprise me that his live show would be kind of the same.
I mean, did the Woodstock shit he did in '99? Fucking, you know how the crowd like all around the stage and just wild. But the cool thing about DMX too, like with his like the way he sounds, is like, I had friends growing up in school to where like they loved rock music, that was their shit, but they were like, DMX, we could listen to him because of the way his voice sounds, like it could cross over easily.
His voice, I will say this, listening to just like pop radio or R&B stations, his voice stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if DMX is singing, you know it's him.
Yeah.
But that's hard to come by that's hard to come by in any genre of music.
Like he has that kind of voice where like, if you heard "clean your room now," Chris, you're like, what the fuck?
I'm about to get my ass kicked.
Like, I'm like, wait a minute, stop cleaning. Wait a minute, I'm in my own damn home. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna clean it anyway, but I don't have to.
I choose to clean my room.
Nothing.
I don't want to get shot.
I don't want any problems. So speaking of this, going back to like the robbery stuff, not glorifying it, but this is kind of funny, right? So he was telling a story about like how, and others, again, Swiss Beats and all that, because they grew up together. Well, not grew up together, but he's seen them doing his street shit. He used to rob people with his dog, right? So say if he wanted to rob you, it's a pit bull. Tell his dog to come up to you, sit right there, tell you to just stand there, and he'll walk off and rob like 5-6 other people, and they come back and take your money. When his dog's sitting there watching God, because if you move, he's gonna get you. I'm like, that's some shit.
That's a well-trained dog. Holy shit.
Yeah, like he was saying he liked dogs more than he liked people.
I mean, there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
To be
no,
fair,
there's tons of people.
yeah, dogs are much better than people.
Yeah.
Better than most people.
They are. What about cats?
Eh,
They're all right.
they're okay.
They're with the other people, like the ones you
Yeah.
don't. The middle one's like, oh, that's a cool cat. That's a cool cat. The rest of you can go with those people.
The cats that act like dogs.
Yeah, those are the best.
Do you want to
Oh, I got this.
mention
one.
the last song?
Niggas done started something. This was another dope one.
This was another one that was kind of like sneaky catchy for me. Like there wasn't anything in particular that stood out, but I also had this song stuck in my head at least a few times.
I got a question for you, really quick. Do you think that, and I'm just thinking about this right now, I thought about this before. Do you think that this album should have ended with this song right here? Or should this song have been like number 17, let's say, where the prayer skit is, and 18, 19 should have been the prayer skit convo? Because it started, and I'm only asking this because the way it ends is, or how it starts, not starts, but how those two are, and then it ends with this one. So it's like it ends with this.
I think it would have been better with prayer skit into the convo to end.
I'm just like, it would have been like a nice calm way to end it, but that's not.
No, now that you say that, this would have been better with prayer skit convo finish.
Right. Yeah. So have those be 18, 19. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, the convo is more of like, it just seems like more of a final type song.
Yeah. It does. It definitely does. That's why I mentioned. That's why I thought
the done started something song definitely feels like it could have just sat anywhere in the middle of the album.
Anywhere in general. Yeah. Anywhere in general. Or number. Yeah. I'm not mad at it, but if I were to change anything about the album, maybe that. But again, it's not like I have to for me. Finally got Chris to listen to this album. That's good.
You did.
It's good. 2 Black albums in less than a year. That's good.
What was the other one?
Nelly.
That's right. Well, I mean, I already listened to Nelly.
It still counts.
I can get you a Genesis album.
But with Nelly, you got some lessons.
I did get educated on some of the terminology.
No matter what color the person is, if it's like, yo, I'm going to get the street sweepers, you're not going to.
I know to run.
Exactly.
And hide.
More rapid hip hop. Like, okay, this is what. So when I hear this going on, this kind of commotion, I can't be, nosy and go, hey, let me go investigate and see what's going on. Run.
Like, why not ask? Why do you want to clean the street?
Wait a minute, the street looks pretty clean to me. Like, oh,
I didn't see any trash. Did I miss something?
I could just pull you, Chris. Come on, listen. You see all those black people running and Puerto Ricans? Run.
Like, I mean, I guess that's a good rule of thumb. If you see if you see minority races running, you should probably run too.
Run. Run in the direction we're going in. Don't be like those few whites. Like, where are they running from?
I should go investigate.
I'm not coming back to save you after that. You got your warning. Run. That's your warning. Run. That's it. You see us running, run.
No, man, but overall, I enjoyed the album. There were parts where, I mean, some of it just kind of blends together for me.
Yeah, understandable. And again, this isn't your favorite. This isn't like your genre of music. You're more into, as far as this type of genre, you're more into like the R&B / hip hop, like more poppy type songs, right?
Yeah.
Which is not wrong. Those are fun too. I like those too.
Plus, if we're talking 80s, or not 80s, well, maybe a little 80s, but the 90s, 2000s, the Dre, fucking Warren Regulators was probably one of my favorite songs ever.
Really?
Fucking Warren G.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop, of course.
Yo, speaking of him,
they're not, but they don't have the hardcore tone. This is clearly a different kind of.
But with Snoop, which I think this dude is just one of the coolest motherfuckers in the whole fucking world, who I feel can pass a blunt to anybody. You're just gonna smoke it without questions. Here, hit this. It's like, yeah,
if I wasn't subjected to random drug tests, man,
I'm sure. Listen, if you're whoever is in charge of that, if Snoop passed them one, they're smoking that too. I don't give a damn what they say. But no, what I was gonna say with Snoop real quick is what's funny is how all the shit. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, but all the pictures and people talking about Snoop. Oh, Snoop smoked before the Super Bowl. Like, and
Dude, that was fucking it. Like that's blowing up like it's an actual story. I'm like, he's almost known for that more than he is his music at this point. And it's legal in California.
on top, fuck that. On top, if Snoop did not smoke at all, that would have been a news story.
I know if he went out, if he made a statement saying he was going out there 100% straight, that would have been like, why?
Any weed before the Super Bowl? Like, why? What the fuck? I'm not watching this halftime performance. Like, you'll just fuck your whole day up. Like, what the fuck?
Last I heard, he even employs a professional blunt roller.
That's so awesome. That's so fucking awesome.
That probably makes more money a year than I do.
Sure. But cool. Yeah.
Did you see the halftime show?
Not yet.
It was good, man. It was good.
I'm gonna check it out though. I'm eventually gonna watch it.
I have to admit, I had no idea. I forgot 50 Cent was a person.
Damn, really?
I forgot he existed.
Holy shit! How?
He's I don't know. I just forgot he was a person. It seems like quite some time since anybody has seen or heard from him.
Nah, he
hasn't.
He does. You ever hear of the show called Power on Showtime?
I know of it. I haven't watched it.
He's a part of that. Like
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a big part. I don't know if he produced it or directed, whatever, but he's a big part of that.
Okay. I don't know. I don't watch that then. And then
either, but
I don't know the last time he's had a new song or something on the radio.
I'm not sure when the last time he put an album out, but as far as like business wise, I know he's doing a lot of. That's where he's really making his real money and doing a lot of shit.
I mean, good for him.
Hell yeah!
I just saying, I forgot he was a person.
No,
he like they showed him handing upside down like a fucking bat. I'm like, oh my god.
That what was funny about that is when they did that and the side by side with him, and then from his video in the club when he did that when he was in shape.
Oh yeah, he was. I was also a little surprised by the body change, but by no means am I
body shaming. No, I'm just going by with Facebook when the memes and shit you see on Facebook.
Yep.
I had one where the song "My Band" with Eminem and D12.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a part where Bizarre's hanging upside down like that with the same in the club background as 50 hanging upside down like 50 with his shirt off all fat. They put those two side by side with 50 as I was just like, holy shit, this is so
dude.
funny.
I think he was posting pictures on his Instagram of himself hanging upside down and cracking jokes.
Probably
from an article I saw or something.
But I heard, I do want to watch it because I heard mixed reviews. I heard some people say it wasn't that great. Not just the racist. I mean, just some people in general that do enjoy hip hop. They just weren't.
Dude, it's just
awesome.
If just the ridiculous outrage, pretend or fake outrage I saw on Twitter like afterwards was insane.
What's really, what has me laughing about that outrage stuff with it? Like there was a couple, I'm not going to drop the words, but there was a couple of racial slurs thrown during that halftime show or whatever, because it was too black or whatever for them. But I'm like, you're watching football, a league where it's 70% black.
I know.
But you're mad about the halftime show.
White people are the minority in a lot of professional sports.
Except hockey and stuff like that. But yeah. Which is fine, people. I could see why you put us out now for all them years.
I don't know. And like that was incredibly tame for what it could have been.
Mm-hmm. But you got to think about it too. Like these,
and it was still great.
Every other performance they had at the Super Bowl, for the most part, they are like, look, they're not gonna fuck up that opportunity doing something stupid. They're not.
But I mean, there's fake outrage every year, no matter who they have about something.
But then I also heard that this was like one of the better performances that people have seen in a long time. Some people have said since Prince.
Yeah, man.
Scene, which to me that's great. Like it's like, let's do this more often. Let's get more. Doesn't just have to be hip hop. Let's get more talent to where people are just gonna have a good time.
I remember Prince. Prince was great. I think the complaint there was that he was behind a sheet or something at one point, so his guitar made it look like he had a giant erection. So that's what people chose to complain about. But like I said, they can always find something. But I thought the halftime show was great. Dre and Snoop sounded good,
That's
playing singing the fucking classics.
That's awesome. See, I do gotta go back and watch because I like everybody who was on that halftime show. I like music from all their catalogs.
I mean, I don't,
Eminem, Drake,
I
Snoop.
don't really, I'm not as familiar with Kendrick Lamar. I know the name.
He's him. You might like some of his music honestly because he's not like a.
I know there's no question I've heard his stuff. I just couldn't place it.
But I would say check some of his stuff out, like his album out, so where you can get like some of the deeper stuff, some of the deeper songs. You may like those. You know what? I'll save that. I'll pick one of his albums. There we go.
What? A white boys rapper is what you're saying?
No. He's just one of those rappers where it's more of like, I don't know if you're like into more storytelling type stuff. I don't know, like we'll figure.
I'm into whatever just flows and sounds good. Beats that I like. It's
you'll definitely get that with Kendrick
yeah.
Lamar. And I haven't listened to a full album of his either. I've listened to songs here and there, so be fresh for both of us. But Genesis is next. I'm ready.
We're gonna watch a YouTube clip after this.
Yeah.
Of one of my favorite Genesis songs.
What's it called again? Pee on You?
No, R. Kelly's not involved. We discussed that.
Right.
It is called Invisible Touch, though.
I gotta be more mature about stuff like this.
No, we don't.
Nah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So that was it, man. That was a DMX album.
Yes.
And that was fun.
Got you to listen to it.
I did listen to it.
And the people, if you haven't heard It's Darker Than Hell Is Hot, turn that bullshit Drake off and play this album.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Drake.
I don't hate I like his older stuff more so, but I could live without his music in general. But
I would not miss Drake.
Mm-mm.
I also would not miss Coldplay if they were to just disappear.
I'm sure I've heard some of their music. I don't know.
They're probably about as white as you can get to.
And you don't like that. Too white for Chris. Turn this off.
It's like the radio station is asking me to turn the channel when they say up next some Coldplay. I'm like, okay.
Before you just ripped your stereo out the car. Fuck this.
I'll rather drive in silence. Thank you.
Yep. Like Chris, there's other radio. Nope. I'd rather
we're done.
Done for the day.
Done for the day.
Oh shit.
Tomorrow's a new day with a new beginning.
And it starts off with Coldplay. Fuck.
Well, today's done.
I'm just gonna, you know what? Yeah, I'm not coming. What do you got? Coldplay vid. What? Yeah.
Coldplay anger.
There you go. I'll be back in a week.
So what's going on? What else is going on, fella?
I can tell you off air. I got some work.
So we got a few minutes to go, but what's cooking with horror with Sir Sturdy these days?
So Tuesday for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out today on Netflix. We're reviewing.
Ooh, okay.
Tuesday. We're gonna start reviewing more like when horror movies either streaming platforms or the theaters. We're gonna start trying to review those a little bit sooner, just to kind of get in that little fucking algorithms of everybody else reviewing them shits when they come out. But they're gonna be spoilers, people. 100% spoilers in Horror Reserve 30. So if you haven't watched the movie, new or old, and we review it, and you're upset about the spoil, that's on you because it's a spoiler podcast.
Indeed, it is.
I have some things I'm working on behind the scenes. A segment called "What the Fuck Did Sir Sturdy Just Watch," which I'm bringing back. Actually, I did it. I think I started doing that when the pandemic started. Then I just got too busy. I forgot. But I'm bringing that back hopefully soon. And basically, I'll watch. At the time, I was doing 3 movies. I'm gonna bump maybe 3-4 movies or whatever. And what I rate is the covers of the films, and then I will tell you which one I like from least to favorite, but I'm not going to give you like a rating on that because, I do that on my podcast. And these are just random Tubi movies or whatever. I'm using Tubi for now just because everybody can get to Tubi because it's free. It's a free platform. And it's just going to be random horror movies on there. And I'll tell you like this. I'm not looking for the best. I'm not looking for the worst. I'm just looking for movies. I'm just literally just looking at the movie cover and hitting play. That's how I'm picking my movies to watch. And there's a few other things I have kind of brewing in the background that I want to kind of tinker out some more. I'm actually going to be doing some segments with gentleman over here. He dropped his damn cigar and everything in his hat, but Sturdy Bones.
Sturdy Bones.
Yes, he may be a part of What the Fuck the Sir Sturdy just watched and a few other things. But Sturdy Bones, aka Senor Sturdy Bones, aka Bonesy. That's him over there.
I like it.
He even has his own. I did buy a second webcam, so he has his own camera and his own fucking chair over here.
Does it really?
I'll when we're done going live, I'll show you. But there's his chair.
Fantastic.
And that's basically it for Horror with Sir Sturdy. Like I said, there's a few things I got coming up that I got to kind of iron out before I want to put it out to the public. And I'll be gaming hopefully later on tonight. Don't know what game I'll be playing. Possibly Zombie Army 4, shooting up some zombies. That's about it.
We got some fun cooking on Popcorn and Pints tomorrow night. I will be a little late. Hopefully I can at least make it for the second half. We're talking, what the fuck are we talking? Kung Pao, Enter the Fist.
There we go.
And
Bob the Butler.
Bob the Butler with fucking Tom Green.
Chris's favorite actor.
Dude, I'm not going to go into it now. I just hope you guys start with Bob the Butler. So if I do miss something, I'm going to give you my thoughts on both.
This is the hate wheel. I'm making sure we say Butler for you.
Because I want to talk. I'm just going to say I want to talk about Kung Pao more.
You'll have your chance to do that as well. We can't say you can't talk. Like, nah, fuck that. Chris is late. You can't.
I'll take over the fucking podcast.
But I think we should save the Bob movie for late because you have to be punished on the hate wheel just as well as everybody else.
Did you finish both movies yet?
I watched them both earlier today.
Okay.
I had to knock those off earlier today. I did. Did you watch them yet?
Oh yeah.
Earlier this week. That's right.
Yep. Watched one last night and then one the night before.
Nice.
By the way, the latest episode I have out is for Terry Aldridge, owner of Backstage Pub. I was in there today for lunch, getting a little day drunk, and had just a fucking phenomenal tray of a sandwich and fries, and it was awesome.
What kind of sandwich?
It was some kind of. It was. I don't remember. It was. It was called the cheese something. It was brisket, cut up brisket with some cheese, some Backstage special sauce, lettuce, onions. It was wonderful.
Nice.
It was like an 8-inch sub roll or something like that. Just open face.
By the way, James, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Or was it today? Either way, not important. James was talking about, he was like, he was asking which Mario Party I got for the Switch. Which Mario Party I got it. God damn it, Aaron. For the Switch. I was telling him which one I got. He's thinking about getting it. And he was like, so if we like one of these.
Dude, we should do that.
And I think it would be fun. I'll talk to you more about it when we're done live because I could tell you more about it.
I cashed out a lot of my gambling money, so I'm happy to pick up Mario Party so we can do that.
Hell yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And I mean, if you guys have that pass thing too.
Yep.
I'll wait till off air.
Also, I'm very excited about March. I don't want to give away too many details yet, but I got some awesome stuff cooking that I haven't done before. That's going to be podcast related.
Nice.
The story will be on the podcast. There'll be some parties. There's going to be some fun stuff coming up in March. So be sure to follow the Stories from a Bar, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that.
Yes, people. Make sure you follow Stories from a Bar.
And of course, the Popcorn and Pints has an Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow those. Where can we find Horror with Sir Sturdy?
YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. And I think that's it.
The TikTok.
I'm not on IG. Not really. I don't think I'm gonna make one. I really don't want to. I had one years ago for like a personal page, and I got not too intrigued by it. But TikTok is fun.
I haven't done the TikTok. I don't know how to use it.
I'll teach you, Grandpa. Don't worry.
So I think think that's pretty much it for this virtual happy hour, people. I appreciate anyone that has tuned in.
Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time, to watch Popcorn and Pints. Check out the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, the Z Network, Twitch, _Z_network, the Horror Research 30 Facebook pages and groups. It'll be on there. It'll be streamed all over there. Make sure you guys tune in, check it out, see how we feel about these films, get some laughs. Because you're gonna hear. You thought me well behaved tonight for the first time recording together ever. I'm proud.
It'll be off the rails tomorrow night.
But tomorrow's gonna be a completely different story. That shit's all going out the window. So make sure you guys tune in for Popcorn and Pints tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And there's going to be a cool announcement on Popcorn and Pints about what you should be watching tomorrow night at midnight. Make sure you tune in for that, people. Make sure you tune in for that.
No idea what we're doing. Okay.
I'll tell you.
All right. Thanks for watching, people.